if you've not heard of this website before, it's Scratch. And what do you call it? This is an online community where you code and all, right? And yeah, if you know Guru too, he's my friend. And I had a previous account called IJ Joby, but it got deleted for some issue. So I've been in Scratch for like 3 years now. So this is my test account that I created. And total I have 74 shared projects. These are some 4 projects. After my account got deleted, I don't have them. So I'm going to give you a small tour. And I'm going to show you how you can create or get an idea of your own project. So here I have been creating many projects, like this one I've been working for a really long time, as you can see from the bottom. So it's a space flight. It's an advanced coding. I don't want to get too deep into that, so I'm just going to show you a simple basic project to start off with. Maybe like a shooting game. So what you do, create a new sprite, and I'm just gonna make a blue square. Use shift. When you press the shift key, it makes it equal, and that's a big advantage. I'm gonna reshape this, delete one of these corners. I'm gonna shift. You're supposed to press alt and align this, right? That looks like a triangle. I'm gonna add an extra point E right over here. I'm gonna make it like this so it looks like a pointer. So when you do that, you have this center point over here. So drag it to the center, and after that we can start doing the code. So first I want to name this player, and we want it to be at 0 at the beginning. And 0 at y. So these are the y coordinates. Like this is going to be the x coordinates, and this is going to be the y coordinates. So you're going to be dealing with this a lot in this project. So let's start. So first it's going to be the player, and let's start with the code. So you want it to be moving around this area and all, right? But the problem is that if this is moved, it won't come back to the center. And to fix that, we can take this first green flag block. This is always necessary. After that, we can go to the motions and choose this go to X block. Let me just zoom in for you guys. And we want X to be 0 and Y to be 0. Now, in a shooting game, this is a bit large, as you can see. So everywhere I drag it, it'll just come to the center. Now as I was saying, this is a bit too large. So just to reduce the size, we can go to the looks and reduce the size. Not sure what size, maybe 50? 30? Yeah, that looks like a decent size. Alright, so now what we can do, we can start the actual code. So we wanted to follow the mouse pointer, because wherever the mouse is at, it just follows the direction it is. So we take a forever loop and take point towards mouse pointer. So when we press the green flag, it'll always point to the mouse pointer. And if you understand why I said you to align it to the center, is because of the mouse pointer. Let me show you what I mean. If I moved it here away from the center is this thing over here, and you have this thing over here, so you drag it to the center and it automatically clips in. So I got that. And now see, what's happening is that the center of this is not aligned properly, hence it's rotating at a very awkward direction. So I'm going to add this back to the center. India. So that works. And make sure to save your project as well. and now we want the movement. So that's pretty easy. But we need to do this in a different. We don't want both of them to be mixed up, and wait seconds will also be there. So I'll tell you why we're doing this separately and not in the same loop. Oh, I forgot the forever loop. Make sure to have that. And yeah, we have a if then statement here. And go to stencings. We take this block right over here, and this is the key space pressed. And what we want, we are using the WASD, the WASD keys. W will be up, uh, S will be down, A will be left, and D will be right. So I'll just get the W key, and if that's pressed, we want to go up. So what we want to do actually is we want to change Y by 3, meaning that it'll go up. So now if you see, it goes up. Just change this to 4, and now right click this and duplicate it. After that, we're not keeping the same value. We're going to change it to the S key for down. So if we try that, so I'm pressing S and it goes up. I press W, it goes up. The reason is that we are changing it by 4, so it'll go up. What we need to do, we need to change it to -4. So the negative value will make it go down. Now let's see this. Yep, it goes down. Now we duplicate both of these over here. And what are the next keys? A, right? So A for left. So we are not using the change Y blocks for this. We're going to choose the X because we are using the X coordinates over here. So what we're going to do, we're going to have the same value, change X by -4 because you're moving left. This is the negative side, this is the positive side. And here it will be key D because we are moving left. I mean right. I just get confused with these values. Then we add 4 over here, and let's see. Now we can move around. Good. So we have a sprite or a player that can move around in this blank space. And now we want to add the shooting part. So I'll just paint a new sprite, and what we can do, we can make a orange dot. You can create whatever color you want. It does not matter about the color. So I'm using orange. I'm taking a circle as my bullet. And I think we need to reduce the size, but that's okay. We can reduce it later. Alright. Now we can't keep this at 0, 0. We need to make it to follow the player because it has to come out from the player. So to do that, we have a green flag, and we'll take a forever loop and have this go to player. So if I do this, it's right on top of it, so it follows it now. And let's go back to the player sprite. So we'll add another if statement here, and we'll go to the sensings again and take the mouse down block. The mouse down will mean if you're pressing down. When we press down, we go to the controls, we select create clone of myself, and we're not creating clone of myself, we're creating clone of sprite 1. Oh, and rename this to the bullet. Also, this can be a triangle as well. I just took a circle for principle for your understanding. And we just don't want that. We need to add a wait 1 second, and this is the reason why we had to separate it, because if I keep it in this, oh, Yeah. So if I keep it in this, so when I'm shooting it pauses for a second. When I go again, it just pauses. Because you're putting a wait 1 second here in this loop. Now if I put 0.4 seconds and if I click only for 0.4 seconds it's play. Unlike the other. If I set 0.1 then only stay for 0.1 second. So you can see the pause that is happening. Right? And we don't want that. So what we'll do, we're going to separate this into a forever loop. And then we'll add the green flag. So now if we try it out, so what is happening is that it's constantly making clones, and Scratch has a clone limit. It's a 300 clone limit. So yeah, if 300 clones are done, it'll stop making. Yeah, see, it stopped because it has a clone limit. Anyways, so we did this. Now we have to start working with this, and I'll just make this 0.4. Forever go to player, and we'll go to controls and take the when I start as a clone. So when it starts as a clone, oh, and first of all we forgot to hide it because we don't want to show the bullet on top of the sprite. And I'll reduce the size as well, maybe 30. Yeah, 30 looks good. And we're gonna make it go there. Yeah, so I'll set size to 30. And when I start as a clone, we have to put a repeat until loop. So this is the special loop, right? So repeat until touching edge. So if it touches the edge of the screen, it will delete itself. So we will do move 5 steps, right? And after that, we'll make it delete the clone. Oops, I forgot to show it. Remember to show the clone. So the problem is that it's in one direction, but he wanted to point in the direction of the player. So this is the problem. And to fix that, what we can do is go to this and we point towards the player. Now if we try it, and again it won't work because we need to take the point in direction block, and point in direction 90, it may not do anything. And this is what we have to do. We have some complex code here, so we need to scroll down a bit, and we have this backdrop hashtag of stage. Hashtag stands for number, so I'll just say hashtag for your reference. And we're going to change this from stage. We're going to change this to player, and we're going to change this to direction of player. So now see, it points in the direction of the player. So that's way more smoother, and we have a working system as well. And plus this is something weird, it comes from the center. We don't want it on top, so we'll go to looks and we'll go to the back layer. So we'll put go to back layer. If you see it now, it's behind this. We really can't tell the difference, it being really fast, but it's easy to notice it if you follow it. So I'm going to point like this. See, it's behind it. So I'm going to, it was behind. One more time. It's behind it. So we can just shoot in all directions now. And we want these bullets to do something as well. Not only just be a normal shooting game. And this is where we create the enemy. So I'm just going to create the enemy as a red square. But the same size as the player, it was 72 times 70. So this number here shows the size or how many pixels it takes up. So I'm also going to take the same number. So I'm not sure about the number yet. We can just fiddle with the size, so no problem. And yeah, let's see how does the size fit to this player. So we don't want it to be spawned like just this giant, so we'll reduce the size. So how about 40? 30? Yeah, that looks good. That's a promising size. So that looks good. And what we want when the green flag is clicked, we want it to hide because we don't want it instantly to spawn. And grab a forever loop, right? And take the create clone of myself block, and we're not just going to foreverly create the clone. What we're going to do is we are going to take what do you call a wait second. So we're going to take this wait, and not just any wait. We're going to take a pick random block from the operator section, and we're going to take pick random 1 to 5 because that's a very normal number to me in my case, just a standard number, and it'll create clone of itself. Now we want it to do something, right? We can't just keep it spawning from one place, so we want it to spawn from different places, so we'll do that first. First we have to show it, and then we start the forever loop. But before that we'll put a go to x and y, so the y can be on any side, right? So I'll put a pick random. Where is this? This is y147. I'll just say once. I'll just put it a bit more up. I would say 169 to negative 169. See how far that goes. Negative 171. Okay. Can I put it a bit more down? Yes. Negative 179. Alright. So that's a promising number. And why I will put it as here 225. No, I can increase it a bit more. So we're trying to get the furthest value possible. So 236. Okay. And where can this go? Negative 239. Alright. And we wanted to move. We wanted to move 3 steps across it, right? And what we want to do is we wanted to oops, and we wanted to move 3 steps. So yeah, that's good. And after this, what we can do right now is we wanted to point towards this, so it'll just go to this. It acts like the zombies. So let's just take yeah, we'll do the same thing. We'll make it point in direction of the same. We took the backdrop of stage, so we'll make player and the direction of it. Why I took move 3 steps and not y or x is because I really can't make both those values in one go, and that's why I made this 3 steps. So if you look here, oops, wait, I used the wrong block. It's point towards player. So when they spawn, oh wait, they are very fast. I need to reduce their speed. Yeah, maybe 2. Oh, what? Oops. And yeah, so we foreverly don't want them like just constantly doing and doing. So we'll take a repeat 10. We're not taking repeat until this time. So we'll take repeat 50 times, and then we want it to not hide, right? We want to delete the clone, because if it reaches the 300 clone limit, then more will not happen. So yeah, if we just see, oh, that is very fast. Alright, so how fast do these guys? So when we want the bullets, when they hit them, we want it to die, right? So what we can do in this repeat loop, we can add a if statement touching the bullet. Oh wait, let's take a if else statement. If it's touching the bullet, then we delete this clone. So same for the this thing. If it's touching the enemy, I forgot to name this. Let me just name it enemy. So if it's touching the enemy, we want it to delete this clone. So let's see how does that go. So there is a slight problem. The bullet deletes first, and it does not instantly delete the sprite. That acts more like lives. Alright, so the problem is that the coins crash, the code will take steps. So they will run the player then first, then the bullet first, and then the enemy. So what happens when the code of the enemy, the bullet is running, right? That's when it touches the enemy, so that runs, and it deletes the code. And by the time it comes to the enemy, there is no bullet, so it just moves on. So that's the problem that's happening, and we need to stop that. So I'm just going to do like a lame trick. What I'm going to do, I'm going to add a wait 0 seconds, and let's just see how does that go. Yep, it works. It works. So it just gives a wait 0 second to run the code one more time while it moves on to the other one. So it works completely fine. So we did it. So now that this is working, I actually want to reduce this to 1 or 3 so more enemies spawn in. And in the if else, I'll say if it's if it's touching the player, then we want to stop all. And here, let's see how does this look like. So many more enemies are spawning in. And they die after a time. Yeah. So this is a simple start, and yeah, it touches the enemy and it loses. So what we're going to do in the next episode of this, I think that'll be after a week or so, we're going to add a timer, end screen, and yeah, lives and all. So yeah, the second part of this project will come. I'm going to share this project. It will be the link in the description will be there. And yeah, that's it. Peace out. See you later.